which I don't know what happened. But greetings, greetings, greetings. Or shall I say Shabbat Shalom. See, there I go. Making it. There we go. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. This is Mikael Eric Harris, better known as the Juice, also known as the Alkaline Water Guy. And today is December 27th, 2025. December 27th, 2025. And this is the Assembly of the Righteous. This is the Assembly of the Righteous when we come together. This is actually part 2 of Assembly of the Righteous. Now, excuse me, Instagram, I apologize to you. I thought I had you on in part 1, but I see that I didn't. I thought you were on, but I see that you wasn't on afterwards. I'm sitting up here talking, I'm seeing you, and so part 1 you may not have. I'm gonna see if I can download from YouTube or whatever, try to get it to you. But other than that, sorry I didn't get you in part 1. It was very good and very knowledgeable. Some knowledge that came about, especially in the last 4 verses, which we come to understand that these are David's officers, and might as well say offices. You know, my brother Kaz out of UK helped me break down these different points in 2 Samuel chapter 20. What we was at this area, but just to share with everyone in part 2 and also in Instagram, since Instagram didn't get part 1, and you can always check YouTube for part 1 and also the full version in YouTube at Juice Pro 33. You can also check part 1 Instagram and Facebook. And Facebook, which is Michael the Juice Harris, Mikael Harris, shall I say. It's MI''CHAEL space HARRIS. Or you can go to Rumble, Patreon. Well, we can't do it because you don't have part 1 in Instagram. So I apologize for that, but if we can get it downloaded to you, we'll get it there. Other than that, we're starting at part 2, which you hear, and this is Sheba and the Gibeonites. Sheba and the Gibeonites. Make sure I say that right. Gibeonites, I guess you could say. Gibeonites. Now, we did Sheba a few moments ago. Sheba, after David was coming home from Absalom's death, David was coming home back to Israel or back to Judah. This guy named Sheba, you know, he went against David, so he stood up against David, and the person that David put in Charge, which was Amasiah, Joab killed. He murdered him, actually. Joab murdered him in verse 9. Nope, verse 10. Yep, that was something. Joab was something, boy. But yep, he killed Amasiah because David put him in his place. And you'll see the story there. And then they chased and went after Sheba. Sheba was in the city, and a wise woman ended up saying, "You're going to kill the whole city because of one man?" He said, "Far it be unto me to do that." She said, "Well, we're going to throw his head over the wall." So end up, the woman got the people to get him. They chopped his head off, threw it over the wall, and gave his head to Joab, and they left. So now, not only at that point, when we got down to the last part of chapter 20, because we're doing 21 and 22 today, 1 Samuel 21, 1 Samuel chapter 20 and 21. The last few verses, my brother Kaz out of the UK helped me out on breaking the system down of David, which is Israel. And I'm gonna read 23 through 26 before we go into the 21st chapter. So when they talk about the officers of David, I like to say not only just the officers, but also the offices. So when me and Brother Cass was sharing, Cass was giving me the information on the names because I was going off the top of my head, but he mainly just told me the actual names to each one. So the officers of David in chapter 23, chapter 20, 2 Samuel chapter 20, verse 23. It says, now Joab was over all the hosts of Israel. Now the host of Israel, he was the captain. He was the captain over all the armies of Israel. And Benaniah, the son of Jehoiada, was over the Sherethites and over the Philistines. Was you would say that you said they was bodyguards, but Sherethites, I got to really look that up and check it out. Over the Sherethites and over the Philistines. I guess they was over I guess that's who the bodyguards were, from what my brother Cass shared with me. Got to look those over and check it out. But don't forget, this is 2 Samuel chapter 20, verse 23 through 26. 24. And Adoram was over the tribute. And he was saying the tribute was the forced labor. He was over the forced labor. The labor or the forced labor of the people. And Jehoshaphat, the son of Eliud, was recorder. And I found out the recorder was the historian. The recorder was the historian. 25. And Sheba was the scribe. Sheba was scribe. So the scribe was the secretary. All right. Also, I don't know, for some reason I think that's backwards, but we just have to see and check it out. And Zadok and Abiathar was the priest. And we know what the priest is, the priestly office. Right? And Ira, also the Yariite, was a chief ruler about David, which was the advisor. The chief ruler about advisor of David, giving him the advice of certain things. Excuse me. So he was the advisor of David. So these are the things that, and as we went into conversation, that the presidents and the rulers need in order to take care of certain situations in the kingdom. So I call this the officer, not only the officers of David, but it's also the offices of David. These are his offices. Now, chapter 21 is what we're going to go into now. The 7 sons of Saul hanged. 7 sons of Saul hanged. Now, these is what we're going to go to the Gibeonites. I guess that's how you'll say it. The Gibeonites. Now, in 2 Samuel, chapter 21, verse 1. Then there was a famine in the days of David. 3 years. You see that? There was a famine in the days of David. 3 years. That's a judgment. According to Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 12 through 23. That's a judgment. 3 years. A famine in the days of David, 3 years. Year after year, and David inquired of Yah. See, and then now David inquired. You know, so it was a couple years went by. Oh, wait a minute, what's going on? Now he inquiring of Yah. Remember I saying there's a cause and effect? And Yah answered, it is for Saul and for his body and for his bloody house, because he slew the Gibeonites. You see that? Now let's see what the Gibeonites are. He slew the Gibeonites. And the king called the Gibeonites and said unto them, now the Gibeonites were not of the children of Israel, but of the remnant of the Amorites. And the children of Israel had sworn unto them, and Saul sought to slay them in the zeal to the children of Israel and Judah. in his zeal, whatever he wanted to do. Yeah, Saul did what he wanted. He wasn't doing what the Creator said do, even though the Creator put him in place. Now the Gibeonites were not of the children of Israel. But still, you see what the Creator punished them because of what happened, what Saul did. Now the Gibeonites were not of the children of Israel, but of the remnant of the Ammonites. They was of the remnant of the Amorites. The Amorites. And the children of Israel had sworn unto them. They sworn unto them. So we got to find out these situations. And Saul sought to slay them in his zeal to the children of Israel and Judah. Wherefore David said unto the Gibeonites, what shall I do for you? And wherewith shall I make an atonement that ye may bless the inheritance of Yah? You see that? That ye may bless the inheritance of Yah. Now, remember, the Creator had told, what do you say? Told something about Saul about his house. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh man, it was something in the ark of the house of Abinadab. Hold on. Saul was something. Samuel judges Israel, makes sons. Samuel make his sons judge. Okay, yeah, okay. This is when they said, this is when the Creator, this, in Samuel chapter 8, First Samuel chapter 8, it talks about what this king was going to be about. And might well just say starting in chapter 8 at verse 4. They asked for a king. Verse 9, now therefore hearken unto their voices, howbeit ye the Creator told them to hearken unto him, but he also told them what type of king they was going to get. And that was from verse 8 to 18. Nope. Verse 10 to 18. From 10 to 18. But it was something that the Creator said to Saul. Saul used the priest's office. And he tarried 7 days, and he told this Caucasian to kill the priest. Hold on. Chapter 1 Samuel 15 is when he rent the kingdom from him. But I just want to it was something here. forgot exactly what it was and exactly where it's at. I'm thinking David killing Goliath. I think I'm coming up on it. Jonathan friendship for David. Saul ceased to kill David. Almost. Between thee and between my seed. Now, this is something that Jonathan said to David. And Jonathan said, this is 1 Samuel 20 and 42, which is the last verse. It said, and Jonathan said to David, go in peace, for as much as we have sworn both of us in the name of Yah, saying, Yah be between me and thee, and between my seed and thy seed forever. And he arose and departed, and Jonathan went out of the city. But I'm looking where the Creator said something against Saul. Edomite was set over the servant Saul. And so, okay, I'm over at 1 Samuel 22 and 12. And Saul said here in 12, Saul said, hear now, thou son of Athihub. And he answered, here am I, my lord. And Saul said unto him, why have ye conspired against me, thou and the sons of Jesse, in that thou hast given him bread and a sword, and hast inquired of Yah of him for him, that he should rise against me and lie in wait as at this day? And Amalek answered and the king and said, and who it is so favorable among all the servants as David, which is the king's son-in-law, and goeth at thy bidding, and is honorable in thine house. That I did I then begin to inquire of Yah for him. Be it far from me, let it not be king, not the king impute anything unto his servant, nor to all the house of my father, for thy servant knew nothing of all this, less or more. He said he didn't know nothing less or more. And the king said, thou shalt surely die, Ahimelech, thou and all thy father's house. And the king said unto the footmen that stood about him, turn and slay the priests of the Lord. Can y'all believe he said that? Turn and slay the priests of the Lord, because their hand is also with David, and because they knew when he fled and did not show it to me. But the servants of the king would not put forth their hands to the fall upon the priests of the Lord. But check it out. And the king said to Doeg, turn thou and fall upon the priest. And Doeg the Edomite, he was an Edomite, and Doeg the Edomite turned, and he fell upon the priest, and slew on that day 75 persons that did wear a linen ephod. Right? But that wasn't, because there's another point where the creator said something to, and said, He made a promise to him. He said something like a curse or something. I forgot. David spared Saul's life. I think it was around the time of the witch. Okay, here go another point where Saul said. Saul acknowledged his error in verse 1 Samuel 24. 1 Samuel 24, he acknowledged his error when David could have killed him. And verse 16 it says, 16 said, and it came to pass when David had made an end of speaking these words unto Saul that Saul said, it is thy voice. Say, is this thy voice, my son David? And Saul lifted up his voice and wept. And he said to David, thou art more righteous than I, for thou hast rewarded me good, whereas I have rewarded thee evil. And thou hast showed this day how that thou hast dealt well with me, for as much as when the Lord has delivered me into thine hand, thou killest me not. For if a man find his enemy, will he let him go well away? Wherefore Yah reward thee good, for that thou hast done unto me this day. And now behold, verse 20, and now behold, I know well that thou shalt surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel shall be established in thine hand. 21. Swear now, therefore, unto me by Yah, that thou wilt not cut off my seed after me, and that thou wilt not destroy my name out of my father's house. And David swore unto Saul, and Saul went home, and David and his men got them up into the hold. And then, I'm trying to get down, now we're going to the point where I think there was a prophecy against him for this point that's coming up in 21 of Second Samuel. I'm trying to get to this point where it's Abigail, Nabal, David marries Abigail. David pleads with Saul again. Saul acknowledges his sin. Because it was the second time that he was looking at Saul, and he could have killed Saul. I'm trying to get where okay. Saul is greatly distressed. And Samuel said to Saul, now this right here is 1 Samuel chapter 28. And in verse 15 it says, and Samuel said unto Saul, why hast thou disquieted me to bring me up? And Saul answered, I am sore distressed, for the Philistines make war against me, and God is departed from me. And answer me no more, neither by prophet nor by dreams. Therefore I have called thee, that thou mayest make known unto me what I shall do. Then said Samuel, wherefore then doest thou ask of me, seeing that Yah is departed from thee, and is become thine enemy? And Yah has done to him as he spake by me. for Yah has rendered the kingdom out of thine hand, and given it to thy neighbor, even to David. Because thou obeyedest not the voice of Yah, nor executed his fierce wrath upon Amalek, therefore hath Yah done this thing unto thee this day. Moreover, Yah will also deliver Israel with thee into the hand of the Philistines, and tomorrow shalt thou and thy sons be with me. Man gonna die. Yah also shall deliver the host of Israel into the hand of the Philistines. Then Saul fell straightway along the earth. Then Saul fell straightway along the earth, and was sore afraid because of the words of Samuel. And there was no strength in him, for he had eaten no bread all the day nor all the night. Philistine distrust David. But it's something here because of the situation that had happened. The Amalekites. Wait a minute, hold on over here where it's at. That's the Amorites. This is called the Amalekites take Ziklag. All right. I guess I can't find it right off. But it was something, and I can't remember exactly what it is. Can't find it right off, but it's in my mind. So I'm just going to start it over from where I'm at. Verse chapter 21, 2 Samuel 21, it says, And there was a famine in the days of David 3 years, year after year. And David inquired of Yah, and Yah answered, It is for Saul. So the correct answer is for Saul and for his bloody house, because he slew the Gibeonites. And I don't remember exactly where that's at, but I got to find it. And the king called the Gibeonites and said unto them, Now the Gibeonites were not of the children of Israel, but of the remnant of the Amorites. And the children of Israel had sworn unto them. And the children of Israel had sworn unto them. And Saul sought to slay them in his zeal to the children of Israel and Judah. 3. Wherefore David said unto the Gibeonites, What shall I do for you? And wherewith shall I make an atonement that ye shall bless all the inheritance of Yah? And the Gibeonites said unto him, We will have no silver nor gold for Saul, nor his bone, nor his house, nor of his house. Neither for us shall thou kill any man in Israel. You see that? And he said, What ye shall say, What ye shall say that I will do for you. That's what David said. And they answered the king, the man that consumeth us, and that divides against us, that we should be destroyed from remaining in any of the coasts of Israel. Let 7 men, let me go to here. Oh, this is them speaking. And they answered the king. And they answered the king that devised that we should be destroyed from remaining in any of the coast of Israel. Let 7 men of his sons be delivered unto us, and we will hang them up unto Yah in Gibeah of Saul, whom Yah did choose. And the king said, I will give them. Now, you know what some people will probably do? Some people probably connect this with Jesus. See, that's a sacrifice. No. If you see what happened, this is really why we need to come with clear understanding. What happened right here was this. The Father is just in everything he do. Now, the famine was because of what had happened. Number one is the Creator told David. He said from this point on, you're gonna have, you're gonna be excuse me. 2 Samuel 12. Right here, he said, now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house, because thou hast despised me, and hast taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife. Thus saith Yah, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and I will take thy wives before thy eyes, and give them into thy neighbor, and he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of the sun. For thou did it secretly, but I will do this thing before all Israel and before the sun. Then it goes say, and David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against Yah. He repented right then and there. And Nathan said unto David, Yah also hath put away thy sin, and he forgave you. Thou shalt not die. Howbeit, because by this deed thou did give great occasion to the enemies of Yah to blaspheme. The child also that is born unto thee shall surely die. But they're going to blaspheme the Creator because of that incident. Now, we're at a point where there's a famine going on in the land, and it's because of what happened. I was trying to find out exactly where. Excuse me. I was trying to find out exactly where this may have happened at, but we'll find that out a little later. Right now, we might come up on that as well. Right now, we're at verse 6 again. Let 7 men of the sons be delivered unto us, and we will hang them up unto Yah in Gibeah of Saul, whom Yah did choose, and the king said, I will give them. So whoever the Creator choose, he gonna give them to you so they can get rid of them. But you got to remember that's Saul's house. I'm trying to remember what he said about the house of Saul. They won't stand. Excuse me. But some people would use this as sacrifice, but it wasn't a sacrifice. This was a purpose. But the king spared Mephibosheth. That there is the one that was lame. Mephibosheth, that's the one that was lame. I think that was Jonathan's son. He said, but the king spared Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan's son. He spared him. The son of Saul, which is both of them. Jonathan's son, which is the son of Saul. Because of Yah's oath that was between them and between David and Jonathan. You see what I'm saying? Remember, I just got to reading David and Jonathan's not too long, a few months ago. Because of the Lord's oath that was between them, David and Jonathan, the son of Saul. But the king took the 2 sons of Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, whom she bare unto Saul. She bare unto Saul. Armani, I think that's what it is. Armani and Mephibosheth, and the 5 sons of Makar. So we had It must have been another Mishbosheth. Must have been a different one. And the 5 sons of Michal, daughter of Saul, whom she brought up for Adriel, the son of Brasilia, the Maholathite, Maholathite. And he delivered them into the hand of the Gibeonites. So now let's look at this. But David spared Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, because of Yah's oath that was between them, because he spared Mephibosheth because of David's oath, because the oath they made. Where's that oath at? I think I shared it, just so you'll know. This one Saul said to David here in 1 Samuel 24. And now, behold, I know well that thou shalt surely be king, and that the kingdom of Israel shall be established in thine hand. Then he said, swear now therefore unto me by Yah, that thou wilt not cut off my seed after me, and that thou wilt not destroy my name out of thy father's house. That's why Saul is still known today, because of that. Out of my father's house. And David swore unto Saul. That's why Saul is still known today. Compared to in Egypt, they try to get rid of our name. There was no Israelites in Egypt. They try to erase it all together. Now, over here, nope, this is not it. This one he was saving David. Hold on. It's a promise. It's a promise that I thought I just read. I did just read it. And Jonathan said unto David, go in peace, for as much as we have sworn both of us in the name of Yah, between me and thee, and between my seed and thy seed forever. And he arose and departed. See, this right here is another point. Let me go ahead and mark it. But they did swear, but that's not where they swore at. Because Jonathan told him, I know you're gonna be king. But this is another point. I'll make sure I'm gonna hold this one. Okay. Well, I guess and David saw sent messengers. David fled from. Nope. That might have been that's not it, but. And Jonathan said to David, go in peace, for as much as we have sworn both of us in the name of Yah, saying, Yah be between me and thee, and between my seed and thy seed forever. I think this is it. And Jonathan said to David, go in peace, for as much as we have sworn, both of us, in the name of Yah, I keep trying to get people to understand when doing it in the name of Yah. Saying, Yah be between me and thee, and between my seed and thy seed forever. And he arose and departed, and Jonathan went into the city.
Recording stopped.
Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Recording in progress.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. All right, so there we go. That's when Jonathan had spoke. But 31 in the same one. Huh?
What's his name? Jonathan's.
Yeah, Jonathan was talking to David in 1 Samuel chapter 20. That was 42.
Was it Mr. Chef? Was it? He also, when David was in exile, well, he never washed, he never combed his hair.
Right, that's him. That's him. You're right. That's Jonathan's son. He was lame.
Right. But interestingly, the Gibeonites.
Huh?
The Gibeonites.
Uh-huh.
They're descendants of Lot's son through his daughters.
Right. So they're children of Lot's.
Yeah. However, what they came somewhere along the way that the Ammonites, one of them help out the children of Israel. Somewhere along the way, I forgot. But as Saul killed their men, that's why they wanted to return.
Right. Where did you get what Saul killed their men at? That's what I was looking for.
That's in it's in 21 there, isn't it?
Yeah, I know it's in 21. It says, and the king called to the Gibeonites and said unto them, now the Gibeonites were not of the children of Israel, but of the children, huh?
Yeah, they were children
There was of the remnant of the Amorites, and the children of Israel had sworn unto them, and the children of Israel had sworn unto them. And Saul sought to slay them in his zeal to the children of Israel, and Judah. But I was looking to understand why he did it, because I know it was a reason why.
Wrong zeal he had there. So he basically gone against what was promised. So they then wanted revenge basically. And it's kind of interesting about the Moors today. The Moors are from that lineage. And as Hendo keep telling them that they need to get themselves sorted out, because they're talking about having sovereignty from a king of Morocco, which is nonsense.
Uh-huh.
So you need to fix up, or else you're gonna find yourself being destroyed. So he's spending a lot of time talking to them as David preserving the lineage there. So he wants to help to preserve these guys, but they're so adamant. You see, because Noble Jew Ali said they should read the book. But their understanding is that it's the Holy Quran. They're talking about this here book.
There you go. That's right.
Understand? But they overlooking it and going to the seventh circle. So, I mean, I was there. I was looking for hope, belonging to somewhere, someone, something. But somehow it just did not sit right with me over the years. So I had to leave.
I understand.
Here we are today.
Guess what? Guess what? I found it. Check this out. Joshua chapter 9.
All right.
Joshua chapter 9. Check this out. The deceit of the Gibeonites.
Yes.
You got me?
Lord.
Joshua chapter 9 said the deceit of the Gibeonites. It says, and it came to pass. This is to go with what we're studying. This is how we study, everybody. So this is how we come to understand the laws, the stories, and the history of our ancestry. It says, Joshua chapter 9, it says, verse 1. And it came to pass when all the kings which were on this side Jordan, in the hills and in the valleys, and in all the coasts of the great sea over against Lebanon, the Hittites and the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites heard thereof, that they gathered themselves together to fight with Yahshua and with Israel with one accord. Verse 3. And when the inhabitants of Gibeon heard what Joshua had done unto Jericho and unto Ai, they did work willingly, and
Willingly.
huh?
Willingly.
Yeah, it's willing. I got Willy.
Yeah. Same thing.
Exactly. So it says, they did work willingly, and went and made as if they had been ambassadors, and took old sacks upon their asses, and wine bottles, old and rent and bound up. Greetings, Joanne. Glad you can make it.
Sorry, I missed the verse. What verse is that now?
That's where we're at Joshua chapter 9, verse 4. Verse 4. We're at 4 now. I said, and they did work willingly, and went and made as if they had been ambassadors, and took old sacks upon their asses, and wine bottles old and rent and bound up. 5.
Sorry to cut. Oh my goodness me. That word is actually in modern time is shrewdly. Shrewdly, that's what it actually means.
Willingly?
Yeah, shrewdly.
Did work shrewdly.
Yeah.
They did work shrewdly, and went and made as if they had been.
There you go. As if they have been. See how it works out there.
As if they had been ambassadors. I got you. And took old sacks upon their asses, and wine bottles old and rent and bound up. 5. And old shoes, and clouted up their feet, and old garments upon them, and all the bread of their provisions were dry and moldy. Dang. 6. And they went to Joshua unto the camp of Gilgal, and said unto him, and said unto him, and unto the men of Israel, we be come from the far country. Now therefore make ye a league with us. You see that? This is what the Gibeonites did. Make ye a league with us. They heard about what Israel did at Jericho and to Ai. So now they try to be slick and smart at the same time, and make a league with us. And the men of Israel said unto the Hivites, peradventure ye dwell among us, and how shall we make a league with you? And they said unto Yahshua, we are thy servants. And Yahshua said unto them, who are ye, and from whence come ye? And they said unto him, from a very far country thy servants are come, because of the name of the Lord thy Yah, name of Yah. For we have heard the fame of him, and all that he did in Egypt. See this right here, and all that he did to the 2 kings of the Amorites that were beyond Jordan, to Sihon king of Heshbon, and Og, king of Bashan, which was at Ashtaroth. Wherefore our elders and all the inhabitants of our country spake unto us, saying, Take victuals with you for the journey, and go to meet them, and say unto them, We are your servants. Therefore now make ye a league with us. See that? Make a promise with us. This is our bread we took hot for our provision out of our houses until the day we came forth to go unto you. But now, behold, it is dry and it is moldy. You see that? They knew what they were doing. They were slicking it up, though. Number 4, that's verse 4. What they did. 4 and 5. Verse 13. And these bottles of wine which we filled were new, and behold, they be rent. And these our garments and our shoes are become old by reason of the very long journey. And the men took of their victuals and asked not counsel at the mouth of Yah. They took of their victuals and asked not counsel at the mouth of Yah. All right. 15. And Joshua made peace with them and made a league with them, okay, to let them live. And the prince of the congregation swear unto them, and that's what happened. He swore. And the prince of the congregation, which was Joshua.
Prince, they said in modern time here they call them the chieftains.
The who?
The chieftains.
The chieftains?
Yeah, like a chief.
The ones who in charge.
Yeah.
And it came to pass at the end of 3 days after they had made a league with them, that they heard that they were their neighbors and that they dwelt among them. That's 16. All right. The Gibeonites. That's 2 Samuel 12. And this is Joshua chapter 9. This is how we connect the dots. Joshua, Josh.
If you check verse 18, well, 17, because it says, Then the Israelites set out and came to their cities on the 3rd day.
Hold on. Wait a minute. This is still in Joshua 9?
Yeah.
Okay. It says, I start back at 16. And it came to pass at the end of 3 days after they had made a league with them, that they heard that they were their neighbors and that they dwelt.
So in effect, they pretend to be something else, but it wasn't. You know, and talk about the wineskin.
Up here in verse 4 and 5, they did work willingly and like what you say willingly was.
They're basically tricksters.
Right, exactly.
Again, you know, it's kind of like preservation, preserving their lives. They act shrewdly so as not to be.
They didn't do it. They didn't do it truly. They did it being slick.
Yeah, but after they found out, only 17 and 18.
Let me go ahead and read it on down there. Read on down. 16, 17, I'll read on down from there. And it came to pass at the end of 3 days after they had made a league with them, that they heard that they were their neighbors and that they dwelt among them. Verse 17. And the children of Israel journeyed and came into their cities on the 3rd day. Now their cities were Gibeon, Gibeon and Shiphrah and Beeroth and Kiriath Yarim. Kiriath Yarim. That's what I'm saying. That's what I can say. 18. And the children of Israel smote them not. They didn't kill them. Gibeon is who we looking at right now. And the children of Israel smote them not, because the prince of the congregation had sworn. Who was the prince? The chief prince, which was Yahshua.
Yeah.
Because the chief prince and the children of Israel smote them not, because the prince of the congregation had sworn unto them by Yah of Israel. And all the congregation murmured against the princes. They murmured. But all the princes said unto all the congregation, we have sworn unto them by Yah of Israel. Now, therefore, we may not touch them. But you know what? That's what it is. Even though they did it deceitfully, it was the fact they made the oath.
Right.
They made it. See, what they didn't do is inquire of the Creator. You see what I'm saying? But look how everything comes together. When David do stuff, he inquired of the Creator. When they came and they did stuff when they snuck their way in, they said, well, they said, okay, we're going to go ahead and do this now. They didn't inquire of the Creator to find out, okay, no, kill them. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of the reasons why people say the Bible contradicts itself, but they miss this particular.
Come on, bro.
It says it says that David is the heart of, how do you put it? The man of God's own heart, basically.
Right.
Right? But the point is that he always asks him before he make a decision.
There you go.
You know, after
that mistake he did, after that, you know.
That's right.
And there you go, brother. And you see how we're coming, but you see how we have to go back and forth in the story to find out the real facts? Now, I actually looked at my notes and seen Joshua 9. So let me go over here and check this out. That's how I found Gibeon there. But all the prince said unto all the congregation, we have sworn unto them by the Lord, by Yah of Israel. Now, therefore, we may not touch them. You see that? Because the people was ready to kill them. But they didn't inquire. They just promised to the Creator that we ain't going to, therefore, we may not kill them.
So they use them for gathering woods, and draw waters.
What did we just read over here at the end of 20? About what was their name? The ones that's forced labor. They're over the forced labor.
Yeah.
The Cherethites and the Philistines.
Right.
They was over the forced labor. They was over the Philistines, and the ram was over the tribute. The tribute. There you go. Adoram was over the tribute. That's the forced labor.
Yeah.
That's why it's good to study and go over the scriptures. Now, therefore, we may not touch them. Verse 20. This we will do to them. We will even let them live, lest wrath be upon us. You see that?
Go against your word.
Right. There you go. We will do to them, we will even let them live, lest wrath be upon us, because of the oath. That's the key. The oath we swear unto them. And the prince said unto them, let them live, but let them be hewers of wood. There you go. That's what you were just sharing. forced labor, right?
Right.
Let them be hewers of wood and drawers of water unto all the congregation. See that?
So he's 22 now. He's posing the question to them.
Yeah. At the prince and promised them. So as the prince had promised them. And Joshua called for them, and he spake unto them, saying, wherefore have ye beguiled us? Oh, you see that?
Yeah.
Now the Creator let them know, wherefore have ye beguiled us, saying, we are very far from you when ye dwell among us.
He caught him out.
You see that? You caught him. And Joshua called for them and spake unto them, saying, wherefore have ye beguiled us, saying, we are very far from you when ye dwell among us. Now therefore ye are cursed, okay?
Yeah.
And there shall none of you be free from being bondmen. You see that?
Right. So in this here version, it says, from now on, you are cursed, and you will always occupy a slave's position.
There you go.
Gatherer of woods and drawers of water for the house of my God.
And you know what? That goes until today.
Yeah.
When we come back in power, those people still gonna have to do those things for us once we get in charge. You see that? This is why we need to know the scriptures. And 24 says, and they answered Joshua and said, because it was certainly told thy servants how that Yah thy father commanded his servant Moses to give you all the land and to destroy all the inhabitants of the land from before you. Therefore we were so afraid of our lives because of you, and have done this thing. And now, behold, we are in thine hand, as it seemeth good and right unto thee to do unto us. Do. And so did he unto them, and delivered them out of the hand of the children of Israel, that they slew them not. And Joshua made them that day hewers of wood and drawers of water for the congregation and for the altar of Yah, even unto this day, in the place which he should choose. This whole chapter is concerning what we're reading right now. Not totally, but you know what I'm saying? It's concerning what they're supposed to do for us. But this is another. Now you see how it says here a little and there a little when it comes to the scriptures? When it says here a little and there a little, that means that certain things are in certain places. You have to go and find the information to be there. Now we understand why verse 2 says, and the king called to the Gibeonites. Well, actually, from verse 1, chapter 21, verse 1. Then there was a famine in the days of David 3 years after year after year. And David inquired of Yah, and Yah answered, it is for Saul and for his bloody house, because he slew the Gibeonites. Even though that they swore unto them, they still swore unto them what they weren't going to do to him. But Saul, he's supposed to knew. He knew. They all knew the history.
He's a king, just like you got Trump as a president.
There you go.
You know, certain thing, you get advice, so you have to know how to handle the advice.
That's right. That's right. So he knew, but he still did it. He said, and the king called the Gibeonites, and said unto them, now the Gibeonites were not of the children of Israel, but of the remnant of the Amorites. And the children of Israel, this is chapter 9. The Amorites, and the children of Israel swore unto them and Saul, and Saul sought to slay them in his zeal to the children of Israel and Judah. Wherefore David said unto the Gibeonites, what shall I do for you? And wherewith shall I make the atonement, that ye may bless the inheritance of Yah? And the Gibeonites said unto him, we will have no silver nor gold for Saul, for of his house, neither for us shalt thou kill any man in Israel. And he said, what ye shall say that I will do for you. And they answered the king, the man that consumed us and that devised against us, that we should be destroyed from remaining in any of the coasts of Israel. Let 7 men of his sons be delivered unto us, and we will hang them up unto the Lord in Gibeah of Saul, whom Yah did choose. And the king said, I will give them. Now, as I was saying before we even got to all this, which I'm glad we did break this down, this was for a reason. It was an oath. You see that? It was an oath made. So the creator is saying this happened because, if people didn't read this, they would say, see, that right there goes to show that the creator, he wants a sacrifice. But we just did the research, didn't we, bruh? Am I right or wrong?
Yeah.
We just did the research to show that what they did, that sacrifice in the New Testament is a lie. Okay. Where we at now? And he said, I will give them. I think, that's where I'm at. I would do for you. And they answered the king, the man that consumed us and that devised against us, that we should be destroyed from remaining against him. Right. That's 7. Okay, I just read that. Verse 7. But the king spared Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, because of Yah's oath and that was made between David and Jonathan, the son of Saul, which I just read. When he said about me and my sons, but I know you're gonna be king, and I don't think I read that exactly. I want to get that. I want to make sure that I got it correct. What Jonathan actually told him. I want to make sure I read that point. There we at. I just want to make sure I read that. It is swear now, therefore, unto me. This is Saul acknowledging his error. He swore unto Saul.
The commentary here, it says the Gibeonites demand for blood vengeance.
Right.
Of Saul's 7 sons was met bringing rain and fertility back to the land, a form of justice for the dead.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that was the situation. I found it though. I found the oath. Here we go. It's in 1 Samuel 23 and 16, 17, and 18. I'll make sure I mark it off this time for just to have it. It says, and Jonathan, Saul's son, arose and went to David into the wood and strengthened his hand in Yah. And he said unto him, fear not, for the hand of Saul my father shall not find thee, and thou shalt be king over Israel, and I shall be next unto thee. And that also Saul my father knoweth, and also Saul my father knoweth. And they two made a covenant before Yah, and David abode in the wood, and Jonathan went to his house. They made that covenant.
Interestingly, a point is made here as well.
Mm-hmm.
It talks about generational responsibility.
Right.
And it says, David, as king, must deal with the sins of the previous generation, illustrating that national sins have lasting consequences and God holds leaders accountable.
Where you find that at, bro?
It's just doing some research on the computer.
But you're right.
Yeah.
Because until we turn, that's why we always hear about generational curses.
Right.
Until we turn from the sin, that's why I try to get people to understand Ezekiel chapter 18. That same thing you just read is in Ezekiel chapter 18. The father shall not be he should not have the faults of the son, and son shall have the faults of the father. Everybody gonna die for their own sin. But the key is, if you're in sin, that's what you're gonna die in. You have to turn from those sins. So that's the reason why. Read what you just read again, bro.
Right. So it talks about generational responsibility.
There you go.
David, as king, must deal with the sins of the previous generation, illustrating that national sins have lasting consequences, and God holds leaders accountable.
That's right. That's right. The reason why because they're over the whole congregation, no different than men. That's why women are not supposed to be over a congregation. Women are not supposed to be over the I need you to text me that, bro, when you get time. I need that information. Make a copy if you can. If you can what they call copy and paste it. Send that to me as well. I know we got WhatsApp, unless you can send it to my phone. But yeah, I like to have that information. People need to understand, because by people understanding this information, they can see why the Father had put men in charge. Women wasn't placed to be put in charge, because the women is not over the household. Men are over the household. Men are the protectors of the family. No different that we talk about generational curses. People talk about that. Generational curses is because people don't turn from the curse. That's the reason why people talk about, well, when the Father said, if you go to Ezekiel chapter 18, the Creator breaks down. If the Son sees the sins of the Father and he turns from those sins, he shall be forgiven. But if a father be in sin because of what he learned from whoever they is, if you turn from those sins and repent, then you'll be forgiven. That's the difference. That's no different. Because the father is the leader of his house. David was the leader of the nation of Israel. Excuse me. This is the reason why the more we turn back to the Father, as we turn back to the law, we come to see the real truth. So,
thing is that in our system today, you never actually heard anything about. Everything you hear is about Mother Time, Mother Earth, Mother this.
That's right.
And it's like over there where you are, they create that system where the women single women who want benefits, they could not have the
men
of those children around or in the house, or they lose their benefits.
There you go.
So the women become very adamant about this and keep them away. That breaks down this whole thing and weakens the family tree, because
the family structure.
Yeah. So they don't want that to see, but because having that, they have more control, which is such a sad thing. But
that was their plan. Huh?
They cannot stop it. They cannot stop it. It's like the snow rolling down from the mountainside. You can't stop it. It's coming no matter what. And it moves everything out of its way.
But that's the reason why we're getting back in charge now. That's why we're coming back into our place where we should and could be. Not should, where we're supposed to be. We're moving back in that place now. So, all this is really, that's why I say all this stuff comes out in scripture. If you study it long enough, you can see what's going on. You just share some information about the head of the house, the household, who's in charge. Not saying that he's like a force to be reckoned with. He's just the man of the house that actually has the last say. That's it. So, and then we go down to verse 8. It says, but the king took the two sons of Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, whom she bare unto Saul. That's, she took two sons of Rizpah, that's two, whom she bare to Saul, Armani, and Mishbosheth. She bare to Saul, Armani, and Mishbosheth. Oh, that's those two names. Oh, that's the name of those two children. The king took the two sons of Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, whom she bare unto Saul, Armani and Mishbosheth. Okay, that's their names. Okay. And the five sons of Michal, the daughter of Saul, whom she brought up for Adriel, the son of Brasilia, the Mehiltite, whatever. Verse 9. And he delivered them into the hand of the Gibeonites. So that was the seven. And they hanged them in the hill before Yah, and they fell all seven together. And they fell all seven together. And were put to death in the day of harvest. Put to death in the day of harvest. In the first days, in the beginning of barley harvest.
Whoa, man.
Talk to me.
It's that one when you talk about maternal grief. The body is, listen, it's not like today, or say you're in a cold place, it's hot. She wouldn't bury them. She had them, and she there and mourned them. I have a little clip that I pick up. It says, so this lady, what's her name now? She guarded her executed sons' bodies for months.
Who is this?
Rizpah.
Okay, Rizpah. What happened now?
Guard the bodies for months. She wouldn't let the birds get to them. So it goes on to say a very powerful act of maternal grief and devotion, prompting David to give them a proper burial, bringing final rest. Wow, that is something.
And where you read that at?
Again, I'm doing it on Google.
That's good. I'm going to read down now. Huh?
Yeah, because we were coming to that verse actually.
Yeah, verse 10 and 11. Verse 10. And Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, took sackcloth and spread it for her upon the rock. From the beginning of harvest from the beginning of harvest, let me get that. From the beginning of harvest until water drop upon them out of heaven. So you said this was around about what time?
It says for months.
Yeah, because it said from the beginning of harvest. That means when you start to go out to ingathering. You know, harvest is when you're ingathering food, right? From the beginning of harvest until water drop upon them out of heaven. So that sounds like until spring. And suffered neither the birds of the air to rest on them by day, nor the beasts of the field by night. So tell me they stood out there hanging on them gallows for all that time? And it was told David what Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, the concubine of Saul, had done. And David went and took the bones of Saul, and David went and took the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan, his son, from the men of, okay, from the men of Jabesh Gilead, which had stolen them from the street of Bethshan, where the Philistines had hanged them. When the Philistines had where the Philistine had slain Saul in Gilboa. So say, and David went and took the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan, his son, from the men of Jabesh Gilead, which had stolen them from the street of Bethshan, where the Philistines had hanged them, when the Philistines had slain Saul in Gilboa. And he brought up from thence the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan, his son, and they gathered the bones of them that were hanged, and gathered them that was hanged, and the bones of Saul and Jonathan and his son, and the bones of Saul and Jonathan his son, buried they in the country of Benjamin, in Zelah, the sepulchre of Kish. So what he did, he went and got all their bones and buried them at the same time, his father. And they performed all that the king commanded, and after that Yah was entreated for the land. Abishai rescues David from the giant. Okay.
Period of time for that morning was 5 months, apparently.
5 months. Like I said, it sounds like it was from the it was like from Harvey, like maybe the end of the fall, the beginning of fall, the end of fall to like spring. 5 months. Dang, they been just think about them hanging out there 5 months.
The smell, man.
Yeah, and she wouldn't let nothing. And so David heard about it. He said, "Let me go." Now you know Saul and Jonathan was dead long before that.
Right.
Now I don't know if they were doing the mummifying at that time, or how did they make the bodies last. 7 of them, they just hung them and just left them out there.
No. It wasn't the. It was the head that was hanging. The body was. They separate that from that, so the body obviously was with her. You understand?
No. Say that again.
They took the heads. The heads were hanging, not the entire body.
Oh,
It was just the heads.
the heads was hanging out there all that time.
Yeah, because that's what they wanted, the 7 heads. That's what he gave them. So they took the head, but they leave the body. It's like over here. Gosh, it is probably 15, 20 years ago that in an area over here called Yorkshire, which it's been named after the Moors. It's called the Yorkshire Moors.
Mm-hmm.
They found 144,000 headless bodies.
What?
In a mass grave. what it is, you see, to destroy everything, to hide everything, they take the head away, so you won't be able to identify. Like when you see a lot of these statues, they break the nose off.
Right.
And break up the lips, so you won't know who it is. But after they did the DNA, they realized that there were melanated people.
They was melanated.
Yeah. I mean, they're huge, huge, huge men. I mean, it's just like down here, the British Museum, they have the head of this man who was a general. What do you pronounce it? Septus?
Yeah, Septus. Huh? Yeah. Septuus.
Septuus.
But
the way if you're walking there and you don't look good, or you don't know the history, you would think it was a white guy. The shade they give him and the nose they give him and that kind of stuff. You know? But then he came out last year, and even the reporters, he says, my goodness me, he says, I never knew all this. You know, you've got the walls of London, which they put up for many years. It's still, part of it is still there, but it's not made known that it is melanated people who put that there, you know. Yeah, a lot of stuff's been hidden, but it's no longer possible for them to hide it.
Exactly, because the truth is coming out.
Yeah, it has to come out.
So I was trying to go back on here. I was looking. They said delivered the men, but I didn't know if it was the head. But like you said, they said they were going to hang them. Let 7 men and sons be delivered unto us, that we will hang them up unto the Lord in Gibeah for Saul, whom the Lord would choose. That's in verse 6. And then I looked over in verse 9, and he delivered them into the hands of the Gibeonites, and they hanged them in the hill before the Lord, and they fell all 7 together, and were put to death in the day of the harvest, in the first day of the beginning of barley harvest. So I'm just trying to see if it said head itself, but I understand what you're saying. So
somewhere, I did see it somewhere.
About the head?
Yeah.
And Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, took sackcloth and spread it up and spread it for her upon the rocks, from the beginning of harvest until the water dropped upon them out of heaven, and suffered neither the birds of the air to rest on them by day, nor the beasts of the field by night. And it was told David that Rizpah, the daughter of Akah, the concubine of Saul, had done. And David went and took the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan, his son, from the men of Jabesh Gilead, which had stolen them from the street of Bashan, where the Philistines had hanged them when the Philistines had slain Saul in Gilboa, and brought up from this the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan, his son, and they gathered the bones of them that were hanged. They gathered the bones of them that were hanged. Okay. And the bones of Saul and Jonathan, his son, buried they in the country of Benjamin in Zelah, the sepulchre of Kish, his father. And they performed all that the king commanded. And after that, Yah was entreated for the land. I'm trying to catch the headless situation, but I didn't see that as of yet. But who knows? Verse 15. Abishai rescues David from the giant. Last few verses. 15 through 22. That's about the last 7 verses. Moreover, the Philistines had yet war again with Israel, And David went down and his servants with him and fought against the Philistines. And David waxed faint. He was faint. With the Philistines. And Ishbi Benob, Ishbi Benob, which was of the sons of the giant, okay, of the sons of the giant. What giant? We might be talking about, what's called? The weight of whose spear weighed 300 shekels of brass in weight, he being girded with a new sword, though thought to have slain David. Thought to have slain David. And Ishbina, which was of the sons of the giant, the weight of whose spear weighed 300 shekels of brass in weight, he being girded with a new sword, thought to have slain David. 17. But Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, secured him and smote the Philistine. He secured him and smote him. That sounds like Goliath's son. The sons of the giant, that wasn't the sons of the giant, and killed him. Then the men of David swear unto him, saying, Thou shalt go no more out with us to Then the men of David swear unto him. David got old. David was older now. Now he weak. He was older. He being girded with a new sword, thought to have slain David. He thought he was going to slay David, but Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, secured him and smote the Philistine and killed him. Then the men of David swear unto him, saying, Thou shalt go no more out with us to battle, that thou quench not the light of Israel. That means you don't want him to die. You ain't coming out to battle with us no more.
Put a hold on that retraction. It wasn't. It was the entire body.
What's that? On what's that? On what part?
I said it was the entire body. It wasn't just the head.
So they was hanging. The whole body was hanging for 7 months.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're doing your research, bruh. I appreciate you doing your research, huh?
5 months. Yeah.
5 months. The whole body. It wasn't the head. That's why I said I was looking. I didn't see it. I see where it said the body, but I didn't see the head. But I was looking.
It just mentioned somewhere along the way later that he wanted the heads of but head could be like the entire group, you know? Interesting.
So they just mainly wanted the heads of, mainly just said they wanted the heads of, not a literal head, but they want 7 bodies.
Yes. It's like he would say, I want your head. I'm going to have your head.
Right.
Kind of stuff.
I got you. I appreciate that, bro. And you know what? I thank you for being here and let's go over these scriptures together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we can always come back to this information for understanding. But right here, this shows the last time David went to war. This verse 17, it said, But Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, secured him and smote the Philistine and killed him. Then the men of David swore unto him, saying, Thou shalt go no more out with us to battle, that thou quench out not the light of Israel. That's the king. This goes to show how you're supposed to love your king. The Philistine giants slain by David's men. The Philistine giants slain by David's men. And it came to pass after that, verse 18. And it came to pass after this that there was again a battle which the Philistines at Gob. Then with the Philistines at Gob, G-O-B. Then Sibbecai, the Hushathite, slew Saph, S-A-P-H, slew Saph, which was of the sons of the giant, and there was again a battle in Gob with the Philistines, where Elhanan, Elhanan, the son of Ya'arigam, Ya'arigam. I can't say these names. A Bethlehemite, slew the brother of Goliath, the Gittite. The staff of whose spear was like a weaver's beam. And there was yet a battle in Gath, where was a man of great stature that had on every hand 6 fingers, and every foot 6 toes. Four and 20 in number. And he also was born to the giant. And when he defiled Israel, Jonathan, the son of Shemiah, the brother of David, slew him. That's David's brother. These 4 were born to the giant in Gath. And fell by the hand of David and by the hand of his servants. Let's go over this. And it came to pass after this that there was again a battle with the Philistines at Gob. Then Sechar the Hittite slew Saph, which was the son of the giant. All right. And there was again a battle in Gob, with the Philistines, where Eliam, the son of Jeroboam, a Bethlehemite, slew the brother. He slew the brother of Goliath the Gittite. Staff was like a weaver's beam. And there was yet a battle in Gath, where was a man of great stature that did have on every hand 6 fingers and on every foot 6 toes, 4 and 20 number, and he also was born to the giant. And when he defiled Israel, Jonathan, the son of Shemaiah, the brother of David, slew him. These four were born to the giant Engath and fell by the hand of David. Here we go. All right. All right. So I guess we finished up for the day. These were giants, and this is where David stopped going to battle. David's last day of battle.
Starts to creak. Drying out, you need some omega-3.
Say again.
You need some omega-3.
That's what I need.
No, I'm saying David, he's going to
Oh, yeah. He getting tired. He getting old. David's last battle. David swore unto them, saying, Thou should go no more out with us to battle, that thou quench out not out the light of Israel. So this was a good read that we did today, and I'm thankful that my brother Cass was helping me on the research and the information. And it was good how we went to we found out about the Gibeonites by going to Joshua chapter 9 to see more information in history, to check that information out. So other than that, I'm thankful for my brother Cass for being on with us today, and my sister Beverly back there with him. Joanne came in for a moment. I don't know if she's still in. Look like her thing is still there. But other than that, it was pretty good today. We went through some real history with some understanding. We ended up finding out end of chapter 20. The offices of David and the offices of Israel, the things that people was put in place at the time, which is what we're doing today as well. Excuse me. And also, now we also see that when you make an oath, which is already fact, when you make an oath, you got to keep it. And we seen where it was an oath made with the Gibeonites. And the father, and where we're looking at, people would think that this would have been a ritual, like a sacrifice, but it wasn't. It was an oath that was made to them. And what it is that the creator was holding his oath, and not only to them, he also was holding his oath to himself about Saul's family. Matter of fact, was it chapter 2? No, it's Saul's family. But it was something, I couldn't find it. It was another point. I think it's 1 Samuel chapter 2, 30th verse. Let me read that real quick. 1 Samuel chapter 2, 30th verse. I remember it was something here I'd read, but that was according to the Levites. What it stated was, Wherefore Yah of Israel saith, I said indeed that thy house and the house of thy fathers should walk before me forever. But now Yah said, be it far from me. For them that honor me I will honor, and they that despise me shall be lightly esteemed. That's the other point. They that despise me shall be lightly esteemed. That might be that wasn't the point I was looking at, because it's something specific for Saul family, but there you go. But the creator gonna hold to his word. The creator gonna hold to his word, right? So other than that,
saying that he was in his mid-60s when he had that last encounter.
Who, David?
But he lived to be about 70.
Okay, so he was in the mid 60s at this time when it said David. When it said, but Abishai, this, huh?
That he won't go out anymore.
That saying they ain't gonna go out no more, right?
Right.
Yeah, that's right there when it said in verse 17, 2 Samuel verse 21 and 17, it says, but Abishai the son of Zeruiah secured him and smote the Philistine and killed him. Then the men of David swear unto him, saying, thou shalt go no more out with us to battle, that thou quench are not this excuse me, that thou quench not the light of Israel. This is on point. Yeah. But this is something.
Dial,
Uh-huh.
say hello.
Is that Beverly?
No. Bit late now.
You said hello. Me going through all this situation that's coming down on me. I missed something. Talk to me, Cass.
Earlier.
Oh, Julia. How's she doing? Is she there?
Yeah, she said she's gonna join you, but it's too late.
Yeah, we about to get off now.
Miguel's falling asleep. He's hungry. He needs to go get food.
Yeah, definitely need to get some now. But what we're going to do is we're going to end it right now and tell Julia, I say, hey, we've been missing her. She been missing some good information, but we've been missing her. Other than that, I thank Kaz, I thank Beverly, my baby Joanne, like she came in a little late, and Julia for coming in late. Like, thank everybody for coming. Don't forget, this is December 27, 2025. And this is Assembly of the Righteous, the Sabbath Assembly of the Righteous. We're here every Sabbath from 12 p.m. noon or until we come on until we're done. So other than that, excuse me, I'd like to greet everybody in Shabbat Shalom. Instagram, we missed you on part one. I thought it was running, but it wasn't. So I apologize that you wasn't on part one, but you can also go to YouTube and also Facebook to see part one, or you can go on YouTube, Rumble, X, formerly known as Twitter, and also Patreon to see the full video. That way you can see part one and part two. Other than that, I just like to share with everyone that I am that Mikael in Daniel chapter 12, verses 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's me. Showing the holy people who they're really supposed to be. Waking them out of their dead beds, which is really in their heads. For all of you living in the new, this is for you. Excuse me. I'm that same Mikael in Revelations 12, battling that red dragon where Satan dwells, who deceiveth the whole world but prevaileth not, because the horn is blown without a doubt. This was prophesied for you to see, that Mikael is really me. And I like to thank everybody for coming. We're about to do the benediction. Then we're going to do the smart. Then I'm going to share with everybody on how they can keep in contact with us throughout the week and at each time we come on. So other than that, we're in Numbers chapter 6, verse 22 through 27, and it states, the benediction. And Yah spake unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and unto his son, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yah bless thee and keep thee. Yah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yah lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, which is the Father's law, which is the law and commandments. And Yah will bless them. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Put the name of the Father upon everyone is by his law. The law is his name, the representation of him. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shekebo, Bakuto Yolam, Vaed, Hallelujah. Hear, O Israel, Yah, our Father is one Father. Blessed be thy glorious kingdom forever and ever. Hallelujah. Praise you, Father. And thank everybody for coming. If you'd like to get in contact with me, you're welcome to text or call me at 770-572-5315. That's 770-572-5315. Or you can email me, or you can email me at lkhyym@gmail.com. That's lkhyym@gmail.com. And what I'm going to do today that's different than all, I'm just going to hit it right quick. If you'd like to check me out on any of my other information, please go to one of my websites or my information, which is either YouTube, which is JuicePro33, JuicePro33. You can check out the live or the video to see the full version or the two smalls, short versions. You can go to X, formerly known as Twitter, which is the same, JuicePro33. You can go to patreon.com/LKHYYM. It's patreon.com/LKHYYM. You can also go to rumble.com/LKHYYM. That's rumble.com/LKHYYM. Excuse me. Patreon.com/LKHYYM. That's patreon.com/LKHYYM. And all my information will be in the post. So I was really coming on me right now. That's the reason why I'm doing it this way. All my information will be in the post, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, which is Mikael Harris, MICHAEL space HARRIS, or any of my other information on those networks. Tell y'all, forgive me. So if you like to catch me on those, please do. It's hit me right now, so I ain't gonna be able to finish this up because it's hit me all of a sudden. And I see, like every time I get started with sharing the information. But the information is in all my posts. I thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. Getting ready to go because this hit me like it's just coming down like. As soon as I got done with the benediction and the prayer, it's coming on me. So I'm gonna get some rest. Thank y'all for your time, your patience, your listening ear, your seeing eye. Cass, good seeing you, bro. Thank you for the help for today. Sister Bev, love you. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Whoa.
It's coming down on me, bro. You see? So we gonna get together again, bro. I know I'm gonna see you Tuesday morning, correct? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see y'all Tuesday morning my time, 7:30 a.m. I think it'd be 12:30 your time, 12:30 or 1 o'clock your time.
12:30.
Yeah, 7:30, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, about 12:30.